What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. I've been working on this VIKAVOLT V idea for the standard format because I think VIKAVOLT V plus Galar Mine should just beat Mew VMAX decks in the way that they are currently being built. So I drafted up a rough list for this deck idea, and I asked I asked my Discord if anybody wanted to play, and somebody by the gamer tag Great Escape Rope said they would play. So we have a VIKAVOLT V versus Mew VMAX matchup here today. Um, just one quick early testing game to see if what I thought about on paper could potentially work in theory. Now, it is just one game. My opponent didn't know how to play against the deck yet because it's not a real deck. It's not actually out there. Um, but thanks to them for participating. And this is just to give you an idea of what's going on in my head and why I think this VIKAVOLT V Galar Mind deck could potentially have some legs. And at the very least, it's really cool and fun to play. It's a lot different than everything else going on. So we'll do a quick deck profile and then hop into the PTCGO game that I played with the deck. Before that, shout out to my sponsors, PotownStore.com, the best place to get PTCGO codes, CardTrooperGames.com, where you can find boxes and singles, and PokemonCard.io, where you can find all of my standard format deck lists. Use code Celio for 5% off at those websites, and all of the links you'll need are in the description down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon TCG content. And now let's take a look at this VIKAVOLT V Galar Mind deck. So, like I was saying in the intro, my theory comes from the fact that VIKAVOLT V's Paralyzing Bolt to do 50 damage and item lock the opponent, plus Galar Mine, should be very effective versus Mew VMAX. If you Galar Mine them after the Mew VMAX swings Cross Switcher to copy Technoblast, it can't retreat for free. And even if they bump the stadium, they can't use Switch to come back into the Mew VMAX due to Paralyzing Bolt. Even better, if you gust up their Genesect V and swing into it, and Galar Mine is out, they can't attach 2 energy and manually retreat, and even if they do bump the stadium, they will need either 2 energy to manually retreat, or they're stuck out there, because they can't use Switch or Escape Rope or Air Balloon or anything like that due to Paralyzing Bolt. So my game plan is we are going to boss up a Genesect, hit it 3 times, boss up another Genesect, hit it 3 times, boss up another Genesect, hit it 3 times. All the while, we can spread ping damage with Chilling Reign and Teleon's quick shooting ability so that we are never knocking out the active Genesect V while it's in the active. We can knock it out on the bench with ping damage and then finish the game all at once. So we're never giving the opponent to bring back up the Mew VMAX and attack. And you'll see me attempt to implement this strategy in the game that we're going to have after this deck profile. So this is a very rough draft. The list is very basic. We're a little low on energy counts. I mentioned, I think you might see the part of the game where I mentioned that I would like a Crobat V in the deck. But Crobat V could just feel really bad since we only have 8 basic Pokemon and Crobat V would be the 9th. But a little extra dig in the early turns could be nice. Now, I think this deck should beat Mew VMAX, and it should be good versus Suicune decks. Everything else, it's probably not very good against, but this is just the start. So if you see this idea and you have other ideas, run with it. See if you can beat the whole format with VIKAVOLT V. I've thought of a lot of other things. VIKAVOLT V plus Jolteon VMAX, plus Leafeon VMAX to help with single strike decks. Plus Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, just Aurora Energy and Melanie, and then kind of a toolbox style deck. So I've thought about a lot of things. Sydney seems like a cool supporter for this. You can discard your opponent's energy cards and stadiums from their hand, and that's going to be really good. Fan of Waves is pretty necessary because if the opponent puts Fusion Strike energies on their Genesects, it's going to ruin our game plan partially. But honestly, not all of the way, because if we are able to bring up a Genesect, hit it a few times, bring up another Genesect, hit it a few times, bring up another Genesect, hit it a few times, they can't double up energy on all of the Genesects, and if we just hold on to our Fan of Waves on the final turn, we can Fan of Waves a Jenny, Fan of Waves a Jenny. If the other one has multiple Fusion Strike energies, we can just leave that one in the active as the one we knock out for the final 2 prize cards. since the Fusion Strike energies prevent us from using the ability Quick Shooting on the Genesect Vs. But this is completely built to be a counter to Mew VMAX without a lot of other decks taken into account. The only other deck that just is taking into account by collateral damage is Suicune, since Suicune is weak to lightning. I did play this deck on ladder one time while waiting for somebody from my Discord to hop in to play a match with me, and I hit Suicune on the ladder with it, and they ended up scooping after a few turns. It was quite painful for them, but I enjoyed it. So this is the VIKAVOLT V Galar Mine deck idea counter Mew VMAX Genesect, and we're going to hop into some gameplay. Now, we're going to skip through the early parts pretty quick. I don't know what I did in post edit yet, but I either fast forwarded it or just clipped it apart to get through the boring parts for you, so we can get to the real interesting parts of the game. But I'll leave enough in there that you get some context of the game. Just don't want to bore you guys. But yeah, hope you enjoy the gameplay that you're about to watch. And this deck list will be on PokemonCard.io. And like I said, run with the idea if you have some more ideas for it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Here comes the gameplay. In theory, we can just rally back, though. If they swing into us and knock us out next turn, then we can Galar Mine swing. They can't retreat plus switch. And then from there, we can get going. It just depends. Like, if they donk our VIKAVOLT V here, turn 1, knockout, that's going to be a little different. Which, I think that would have just been correct to attach to Meloetta with the Ellis's Sparkle there. 1 to a Mew and 1 to a Meloetta. But they would need to draw into a third Fusion Energy to actually get the attack off, of course. Or to get the, not to get the attack off, but to get the knockout from the attack. So, maybe it's also fine to just do this. Well, no, because if they attach to... I guess they want to set up 2 Mews, right? So then if they bump my Galar Mine, they can still free retreat and attack without also needing the switch. So they're prepared for the VIKAVOLT game plan, and maybe that's an okay alternate game plan. But we still aren't getting anything done here, really. No reason for me to fan of waves. I'm just going to pass. Techno Blast, copied by Cross Fusion Strike, taking the KO on my first VIKAVOLT V. I'll go ahead and send up Sob. And we finally got something going on. So let's go ahead and take off an energy from that Mew. And then we will Drizzile. I think we'll Drizzile for research. We need cards. Okay, honestly, not amazing. Those cards could have been much better. Oh, we actually don't even have a lightning energy. So I'll just be boss up the VIKAVOLT. Okay, so no more Sobbles matter. Or, I'm sorry, no more VIKAVOLTs matter. Because if I get another VIKAVOLT, it doesn't matter. Because if they knock this one out, it's over. I don't think I need to evolve that right now. Let's just go ahead and Marnie. Okay, nice. So we can attach Cape of Toughness, and we can level ball for Drizzile. We'll go ahead and get Fan of Waves, I believe, and then we'll Evolution Incense for Shady Dealings. And we're gonna go ahead and get Galar Mine Scoop Up Net. We could use this Fan of Waves, but I don't want to. We're going to hold it because my end game plan is damaging 3 Genesects and then not knocking them out while they're in the active. Okay, the Paramedic could have been brutal. So they just need to switch, attach, boss, double, what's it called? Power tablet. And they're down to 0 power tablets so far. Perfect. Okay, we want their Fusion Strike energies on their Mew VMAXs. That's really, really good. Max Miracle, there we go. Okay, now we can start playing the game, finally. We'll go ahead and send up this VIKAVOLT V. Oh, imagine if we had Reset Stamp or N or something, especially because they got down the 1 prize card. Okay, great. So, a lot to do here. We'll go ahead and Shady Dealings. And we need Energy Search, and we need Galar Mine. We have 1 Galar Mine prized. Okay. So we get that. And do we need anything else? I don't think so. No, that's all we need right now. We'll go ahead and play that. Energy Search for basic. And we'll boss up a Jenny. And yeah, there's nothing else I need right now. So we'll just Paralyzing Bolt for 50. And we kick back. Here we go. This is the game plan. Can we come back from a 6 prize to 1 prize difference here? After doing nothing for the entire game. We might have outplayed the opponent. Not outplayed really, but they kind of outplayed. They played themselves by putting the extra energies on the Mew VMAX, but they don't really know the strategy of this deck, so I don't blame them. In case they ever get out of this and are able to attack this, I could put down another VIKAVOLT that we switch into, but I don't think that's necessary because I don't see a way that they get out of this. So I'm gonna just build up a little hand here. We have Switch in the deck. We have another Scoop Up Net in the deck, but I don't want to waste that other Scoop Up Net right now, and I want to hold on to this Drizzile until I actually need something. So we're just going to keep Paralyzing Bolt here. Now, I will need something next turn, however. So I'm not going to knock this out. There's the Scoop Up Net. Perfect. We have that in our hand for when we need it. We'll go ahead and just grab a boss's orders. And Paralyzing Bolt. Okay. Very well. We'll quick ball away, thin the deck, get our VIKAVOLT V. And Paralyzing Bolt. The opponent could go ahead and boss something, and I'm waiting for them to do that. There's a Stadium. So this is our last Galar Mine, but actually right now we don't need Galar Mine because, well, they could Alessa's... I think I can risk that because we still have another Genesect to bring up, so I think I can risk that. Or we could grab Sydney from the deck. See what they've got going on. Okay, why don't I do this? We will bench back up VIKAVOLT, capture energy to it, and I'm going to search here. We do have Switch. Okay, so I am not at risk of being, having something brought up and trapped there. We'll attach that. And So I can scoop up net and still have one switch left to go, which is important. We'll go ahead and play down this Drizzile. And get an Evolution Incense. For quick shooting intel. Bench this, and we can evolve this Drizzile into this Inteleon next turn. We're going to start pinging this. And I'm definitely... Oh, actually, no, they're complete. They can't do the Elisa play I mentioned. This list typically plays 6 energy, and they have 5 on the bench. So we don't even need to put down the Galar Mine right now. We can just Paralyzing Bolt, and we're chilling. Okay, here's Sydney. But we have to boss this turn, so we can't play Sydney this turn. So, we evolve. And we get boss and level ball for the other Drizzile. Boss this up. And we go ahead and ping... Does it hurt us to take a knockout? No, it does not. So we'll go ahead and ping that. Does not hurt to take prizes. It's actually good to get that energy into our hands because we can actually just one-shot a Genesect if we have to. And we want to have double Inteleon next turn and we'll just win. Oh, we don't have... did I use both Evolution Incense already? I only played 2 Evolution Incense in this deck. I did. Okay, so we'll just grab the Switch. We'll play down Galar Mine. We'll attach Speed Energy. Draw 2 Speed Energy. And then we already pinged. Okay, yeah, Paralyzing Bolt. So we win next turn if we get into the other... oh yeah, actually we can guarantee drawing the other Inteleon. This should just be game on the board now. Yep, okay, that's game. So we draw 2, we get the Inteleon. Even if we didn't, we would have got it with Marnie. We double ping the Jenny. And then we super zap cannon. And that's roughly how you beat Mew with VIKAVOLT V. So, not sure it was perfectly played on either side. This is very early testing. It's so early, in fact, that this was the first game of the matchup being tested. So, everything else was just theory. But that's kind of how I drew it up in my head. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. And, yeah, leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon TCG content. Shout out to my sponsors, PotownStore.com, the best place to get PTCGO codes, CardTrooperGames.com, and PokemonCard.io. Use code CELIO for 5% off at Potown and CardTrooperGames.com. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Shout out to my Discord member, Great Escape Rope, for joining me for that and being a good sport. And I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.